Okay, this is it. My last campsite on my last night of my summer 2021 Rumspringa. This was my last hurrah, my last expedition before the end of the summer, when I have to go back down to Vegas and start packing up all my worldly possessions for my big move to Death Valley. And to be honest, it's not even really that impressive of a campsite. I'm basically just in a sagebrush field. Oh, right off I-15 in the distance there. And that's because the place I wanted to camp was a hot spring, and there were just too many people there, and I thought, I'll never be able to shoot a video. There wasn't even really a place I could camp in peace and quiet and just be alone with my thoughts. You know, I've got a lot to think about on this, the final night of my trip. So I just drove up a canyon and found another campsite, and, well, it may not be by a hot spring, but it's completely peaceful, and that's all that really matters to me at this time. And actually, this wasn't even supposed to be the last night of my trip. I wasn't planning to go home until the 31st, the bitter end of August, you know, the end of summer. But, well, because the hot spring was so crowded, and oh gosh, I'm only like 4 hours from my house in Vegas now. It just seems like I might as well just go home a day or two early and get started. And part of that is I sort of feel left out. My sister's been down there for the past few weeks working on stuff, and she has done some impressive work up there. Like I guess the kitchen sink started leaking, and well, she went and replaced the faucet by herself, which was no easy feat because the nuts were totally calcified, and she ended up having to use a hacksaw and saw off the old faucet, but she did. She installed a new faucet. Everything's working great. So props to my sis. Now she's working on another leaky, the water main is kind of, the valve is leaking a little bit. And we have a well, so it's not like it's running up our water bill, but it's still something we want to get addressed because, well, the more the pump in the well has to operate, the higher our electric bill is. And speaking of that, my sis checked the water bill for this next month, and our power usage has gone down substantially. And a huge part of that was, we inherited a fifth-wheel travel trailer with the property. It's a compound. There's a lot of outbuildings and stuff. And, well, there's also a fifth-wheel travel trailer that's in pretty good condition. I don't remember what year it is, but it's newer and it's nice inside, totally livable. Well, it was plugged in this whole time, and the refrigerator was running in it. So we unplugged that and then cracked open the refrigerator so that it wouldn't get funky or moldy inside, or I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, she said the power usage went way down after we did that. And then she also, well, I guess it hasn't been as humid, so she's been able to use the swamp cooler effectively and hasn't been using the air conditioner at all, not even at night while she's sleeping. So power bill should be a lot better this month. But part of me feels like, what am I doing lollygagging around the desert, you know, having a fine time camping and shooting videos while she's back there doing all the work? Well, technically, I'm working. I mean, I know it sounds goofy, but this is my job, and, you know, I'm bringing home the bacon, and she's back home cooking it up. So it's not just that I feel guilty, I feel left out. I actually got fired up about, I have been fired up about the compound. I was a little bit disheartened in the last vlog I made, and that was, full disclosure, partly due to PMS. I was just feeling overwhelmed by the whole insulation and the power bill, and every single thing about living out there pretty much is going to be different. But I've had this time while I've been traveling around. Well, I was supposed to have 12 days, but like I said, because I'm coming back early, it'll have only been, I think, maybe 10 days. Not a very long trip, but boy, I packed in a lot of action into that trip. I was planning to go up to Idaho, so I drove all the way up through Nevada and crossed the Idaho border. And then it was, I think I mentioned this in my last vlog, it was too smoky from forest fires. I didn't have an Idaho atlas, and I didn't have my Idaho hot spring guidebook with me, so I decided to go to Utah instead. And I'm so glad I did. I mostly stayed in the northwestern quadrant of Utah, which is like the desert, the West Desert. For a very, very, very desolate part of the country, there sure are a lot of interesting things out there. Let me tell you, I think I shot I shot something like 12 videos on this trip, so I have plenty of content to tide me over while I'm busy packing up and moving. But like I was starting to say, I got fired up about the compound just the other day. I was watching a YouTube video. I was in an area with cell signal finally. I was watching a YouTube video about this couple who lives in Slab City, if you know where that is. Basically, it's a squatter's encampment in the farthest Southern California desert, in like the most sun-blasted, God-forsaken part of the country that nobody wants anything to do with. So much so that they basically just allow all these squatters to live there permanently, full-time, and no one ever hassles them. And so some of the people who live there have built up like these weird little compounds of their own and homes. You know, these are people, in many cases, who are pretty much destitute, so they just use whatever weird found objects, garbage they can scavenge together, and they build some pretty impressive places. And so this video I was watching, this couple, I guess they used to be van lifers or RV lifers. They got tired of moving around all the time, so they built this badass little camp in Slab City called Rabbit Side. You may have seen they have a YouTube channel, Instagram. Amazing. And I was watching their videos, you know, they do a little tour of their camp and how they do everything. They have a swamp cooler, they have solar power. Keep in mind, this is completely off the grid in Slab City. There's no water, there's no electricity, there's no services at all. Now, granted, they didn't show their bathroom situation in the video, but I stayed overnight in Slab City at East Jesus, which is a part of Slab City once, and I used a bathroom there, and it was fine. They just had a 5-gallon composting bucket, and, you know, you do your thing, you put sawdust in it. So I'm sure these Rabbit Side people do the same thing, but their camp, bathroom aside, was so cool. Like, they had all these funky art and knickknacks and books and plants, and everything was made out of pallets and 2x4s, and oh man, it was really cool. Really like funky, artsy, bohemian, scrappy, funky, and that's exactly the aesthetic I was going for, or always wanted to go for, with this Death Valley compound. And I mean, if that couple can do it in Slab City, which is totally off the grid, well, it actually made me feel pretty bougie, because here I am, like, wringing my hands, like, oh, my electric bill's so high, and oh, the pump on the well. I'm so lucky I have a well, and I have electric, okay? I've already got 2 big legs up compared to them, so that was, like, really not only affirming, but inspirational. So that got me fired up. Like, I want to go out there and get weird and, like, create a really cool, interesting, weird space. So, even though I'm not going to lie, I am feeling a touch of the old melancholia here on my last night in the great outdoors, my last night sleeping in my rig for, gosh, who knows how long. I mean, I'm anticipating spending the whole month of September and probably October cleaning, packing, moving, repairing, doing stuff like that. Minimum. And then November, December, January, I mean, I'm probably just going to want to hunker down at the compound all winter and be, you know, working on projects. And who knows when I'll go on my next trip. This is it. It's my last night to have, in SFW, beans and bullshit for dinner. Actually, I'm going to be having that for dinner quite a bit out in my new place, because there's no Chipotle out there. So I'm going to have to start cooking for myself, which means I'm going to be having a lot of beans and bullshit for dinner. That's my little nickname for the dish I eat: beans and rice and greens and veggies. And oh my god, I'm getting hungry, and I better go get started making my dinner soon. But I wanted to make this vlog first because I got a lot of really nice emails from people after the last vlog I made, but people seemed very concerned, like I was having buyer's remorse or wishing I could bail out. And that's not the case. I wasn't really having buyer's remorse. I was just feeling overwhelmed, and I had PMS. You know, it happens. I'm moody, I'll be honest. Especially at that time of the month. But yeah, there's going to be ups and downs, and I'm well aware of that. I'm not kidding myself. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be a lot of hard work. You know, like my sister trying to fix this leaky valve, and she was trying to fix the kitchen sink, and one thing led to another thing. And well, guess what? By the end of it all, she did it. And I know by the end of all this, come May, maybe next May, when it's starting to get too hot to stay out there anymore, maybe I'll be making a vlog. Probably I'll be making a vlog talking all about how glad I was I moved out to the desert, and oh, I'm so glad to be rid of the city, and it's just a process getting there. But I'm definitely up to the challenge. I'm a strong person. I mean, things can't be all purty little flowers. There's got to be a lot of elbow grease in there too. It takes a lot of elbow grease to grow these purty little flowers if you've ever gardened. So hopefully I can figure out a way to do both. Anyway, sun's going down quick. I'm going to go ahead and make my dinner, call it an early night so that I can get up bright and early and make my way home and get started on the long list of tasks ahead of me. But I'm not scared. It's the beginning of a new adventure and probably my greatest adventure. Stay tuned to find out what happens. Oh my god, you guys, I just took off my hat and everything and I was getting ready to make dinner, but look at what I just found next to my rig at my campsite. I'm not sure if this is a good omen or a bad omen. It's a tarantula. Look at the size of this little thing, or big thing. What do you think? Good sign or bad sign? I'm not sure what to think. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Now I gotta try to figure out a way to catch this guy.